been a minute since I last filmed something. I haven't really had the motivation to film anything or any ideas, mostly because I haven't been doing anything interesting. There's a really bad snowstorm, and there has been for the past few days where I live. I'll insert some pictures or videos or something, but we literally cannot leave the house. The snow is so high up, so it's not super safe to drive for like unnecessary reasons for something fun. So I've pretty much been inside for like 2 days. It's just too cold and too snowy to go outside or go anywhere for that matter. I feel like when I'm inside for a long period of time, I do start to lose motivation. I started slipping into a reading slump after I did like my January reading wrap-up video, and a little bit before that. I was in a reading grind for like a month where I was literally reading a book every few days, and then I just completely fell off and I've gone the exact opposite way where I literally have not opened a book in like 2 or 3 weeks. And it sucks because like I want to read, but I just can't get myself to. Maybe it's an issue of what books I have, because obviously I've finished a book and now I'm like in that weird in between where you're trying to decide a book to commit to, and I'm just finding none of my books are super exciting or appealing, so of course I don't feel like starting anything. So I think that's mostly why. If you have any good book recommendations like that can get you out of a reading slump, so really interesting or fast-paced or just something to keep your attention, let me know, because I could really use some good recommendations. I went to this like flea market where small businesses and people who sell antique collectibles and stuff like that all come together and sell their stuff, separate vendors, and I went to that like a few weeks ago, and I got this really cool painting. I'll insert a picture here. It's like kind of vintage and it has like the super cute bathroom, and I loved the like tiles that were in the bathroom and everything, so I hung that up in my bathroom and I just think it's really cute. I've been trying to collect little like paintings, art, anything that I can like put on my wall and gives my room a little, just a special personalized touch, because as you can see, I don't decorate my walls very much. Like I want to, but my family moves a lot, so we usually just don't like put holes in the wall. Like I have this one painting that I also got at a market. It's cute little art. Oh my god, you can see the camera reflection. I don't know, something about it just like sparked joy, and I just have it sitting on top of my desk because there are no holes in the wall and I don't really want to put a hole in the wall. But the picture that I put up here, there was already a pin in that wall, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna hang it here, and it's in my bathroom, so it's perfect. But yeah, little touches that add a little personality, a little spark of joy in me when I see them every once in a while, you know? Yeah, and I think that's important to personalize your room. Like furniture also does that, but there's something about having some paintings on the walls. Paintings that really like spoke to you. For me, it's like I might just see a painting and it kind of speaks to me, and I'm like, it's something about it like sparks joy in me, or something about the look of it is very like soothing or just like perfect in my mind. Like if you could have drawn it any way, that way just clicks in my brain. Yeah, anytime I find something like that, I'm like, well, I kind of need it. Actually, at that market, there were 2 paintings that did that, but the vendor was very expensive. So I only chose the one, and I chose the bigger one. Because the other one was like, it was like this big. It was just a little like scenic painting. And it was cheaper, obviously. But something about the one that I ended up getting clicked more with me. Yeah, it was a bit more unique and I really liked it. As I said, I'm vegan. I've been vegan for, I want to say, 4 years. I've never had blood work before because I have a horrible phobia of needles. I have been like facing my fear with needles a bit more recently. Still very distressing process. But I got blood work for the first time ever. First time as a vegan, but also like the first time ever in my life. And I've always wanted to get blood work since I went vegan to make sure vitamin levels, just that I'm like, it's working for me. Like obviously it's working for me. I'm not dead, but just to make sure that I'm not deficient in anything. And I got blood work. It was for something else that was looking at specific things, but just from that, they were looking at a certain blood cell that's correlated with iron, and that level was perfectly fine. So, I am very surprised to say that I'm not iron deficient, which I think me and my family were just assuming I'm iron deficient because many people in my family are iron deficient, even though they eat meat. So it was like obvious as a vegan with like a lot of family members who are already iron deficient. We were just assuming I am. But the blood work shows that I'm not. So I just think that's phenomenal news. It's a revelation. I'm so proud of myself for keeping my nutrition balanced and keeping myself healthy being vegan. I'm so proud of it. I do have to say, when it comes to being vegan, I like go between, I go through phases where I'm more healthy and balanced, where I'm getting a lot of vegetables, a lot of different variety of vegetables, legumes, fats, and all that stuff. And then there's periods of time when I just don't even feel like that stuff, and I lean more towards the processed vegan food, the like vegan chicken, vegan meats, vegan cheeses, and all that. And I kind of flip-flop around. And then when I've been eating too much of the processed vegan food, it's like my body tells me by making me crave the more whole foods. It's kind of amazing that my body will bring me back to a more balanced diet once I've gotten the processed stuff out of my system, because I start to not feel as good, and then I start to crave the more nutritious stuff. I feel like overall, if you were to blend those two together, my diet is pretty good. It's balanced. And one thing that I think people don't understand, and what I've learned from some dietitians, is if you have a balanced diet, you can have nutritious things and less nutritious things. The example that they give to explain it is if you took a piece of paper, poked holes randomly, and took another piece of paper and poked holes randomly, if you overlapped those two pieces of paper, it would be a whole piece of paper. There would be no holes. So it's like if you have some gaps in nutrition one day, but then you filled those gaps in another day, as it like overlaps, your overall diet is balanced and healthy, and it'll work for your body. So ever since I learned that, I'm a bit more lenient with myself, and I can give myself more grace on the days when I don't feel like having a salad or like a tofu scramble for breakfast. I want pasta, or I want like vegan chicken tenders, or whatever it may be. So I think even for people who aren't vegan, it's important to know that, and then in turn give yourself some grace to have the foods you enjoy too. Like, it's important to get your nutrition in, but it's also important because food is a lot more than fuel. Food is culture, and food is joy and communication and family time, food is so much more than fuel. Anyway, I don't know where that all came from, but I do think it's an important message because there is so much food mongering stuff on social media, just enforcing unhealthy habits, and it has a great impact on people my age, teenagers, and it definitely creates lifelong unhealthy relationships to food, and I've definitely experienced that. So yeah, I just want to spread that out there. Anyway, yeah, that's my tangent. That's what's apparently on my mind. I don't know how I got into that tangent from talking about a snowstorm, but that's the kind of thing that I film these videos for, to see wherever it goes. And if people can take a message or learn something from it, even I'm learning something from it, what's going on in my subconscious apparently, then that makes it all worth it, you know? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Give this video a like, subscribe. Bye.